There's a Zen quote that always stops me in my tracks. A hunter saves the sparrow that found shelter at its chest. Think about that image. Someone trained to take life becomes a sanctuary. The one place the sparrow should fear becomes the one place it's safe. That shift of danger becoming refuge might be one of the most powerful metaphors of self-love and compassion I can think of. Because maybe the parts of us we think are harsh, unloving, or too wounded to care are the very places where compassion is trying to be born. Today we step into the mystery of that. Let's explore what happens when we let compassion rewrite the story we've always told ourselves about ourselves.
Welcome to Must I Evolve, a lecture series on spiritual growth and philosophy, presented in conjunction with No Expectations, the podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Must I Evolve, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern science, where inner work meets real-world results. I'm Andrew H. Housley, author, board-certified wellness consultant, certified holistic nutritionist, and yoga instructor with 25 years on the mat, and even more in mindful observation. This podcast is a mirror, a question, and sometimes a nudge. Considering the Zen quote, "A hunter saves the sparrow that found shelter at his chest" today, I believe we all carry an inner hunter. The part of us that judges, protects, closes off, takes aim at ourselves, at others, at our pasts. And most days we think that part of us needs to be silenced or healed. But there's a different perspective to be had. What if the hunter isn't your enemy? What if that sharp, guarded energy is also capable of mercy? So thinking about that quote, the sparrow landing at the hunter's chest, in that moment something extraordinary happens. The hunter who represents danger, instinct, survival, is suddenly transformed. Not by force, not by logic, but by a small act of trust. The sparrow doesn't fly away. It doesn't fight. It surrenders. It flies straight to the most vulnerable place, the hunter's chest, close to his heart. And a significant shift takes place. That simple gesture, seeking refuge, calls something deeper forth from the hunter: mercy. And it's one of the most powerful dynamics in life. When vulnerability meets restraint, compassion is born. And as the Buddha tells us, compassion is the prerequisite for enlightenment. And hopefully, through compassion and mercy, our enlightenment is to find our true nature, find something deeper in ourselves. So the real twist here is that the sparrow, that fragile, courageous thing, is you. That part of you that still hopes, still needs, still longs for love, even from the parts of yourself that have been hardened, closed, or wounded. What if the most guarded part of you is just waiting for that act of trust? What if all your inner hunter ever needed was a reason to put down the weapon? So now the question becomes, what does it look like to offer that same kind of mercy to yourself? Because whether you realize it or not, there is a sparrow inside of you, delicate, trembling, brave, seeking a place to land. And the only heart that it can truly find shelter in is your own. So let's try something together. Wherever you are, find a moment of silence and stillness. Let your eyes soften. Let your breath slow. Now place both hands gently over your chest, right where your heart beats. Feel the warmth. Feel the life pulsing beneath your palms. And imagine this. There's a small, bright-winged creature inside of you. It's been flying for days, maybe years, tired, frightened, looking for refuge. And now it's here, at your chest, at home. Whisper softly, whether out loud or just in your mind, "You're safe here. You don't have to fight anymore. I will protect you." This is the beginning of inner sanctuary, because the hunter in you knows how to fight, but the healer in you knows how to hold. This is how we evolve, not by erasing who we've been, but embracing what we've learned to protect. The hunter doesn't stop being the hunter, but in this moment, he becomes something more. A protector, a shelter, a witness to life, and not its taker. It's an invitation to all of us to not reject the hardened parts of ourselves, but to soften them with presence. Because the deepest kind of love doesn't come from perfection. It comes from proximity, from being willing to sit with what hurts, to breathe with what trembles, to hold what feels unworthy, until it finally feels like it belongs. So if there's a sparrow in you still looking for a place to land, give it that space. And if there's a hunter in you still holding on, let him rest. You are both, and you are worthy of love and compassion, especially from yourself. Because in the quietest corners of your being, mercy is waiting to rise. So why not let it rise? Thanks for listening to Must I Evolve. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be patient. That's the real practice. As for your next evolution, it doesn't live in who you should become. It lives in what already grows within you. Until next time, keep evolving, quietly, consistently, and always with no expectations.